Hello, my name's Terry and I'm with Girl Scouts. I'm so happy that you're here with me today because today is all about rainbows. So have you ever seen a rainbow up in the sky? They usually appear after it's rained and the sun comes out, or maybe you're outside spraying a hose or splashing in water on a sunny day. Well, this is because when the sun or light passes through those little tiny droplets of water, it bends the light and forms those pretty rainbows. So we're going to do a couple activities about rainbows, and the first one we're going to do is called a running rainbow. Okay, and what you'll need for this is a paper towel, some markers, and a couple little small containers of water. Now, one thing you'll notice about rainbows is that the colors are always in the same order. So as you can see right here, it always goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And one of the fun ways to remember that is something that I learned in school a long time ago, and it's called Roy G. Biv. Now, if you notice, that's because the first letter of each one of these colors spells that funny name out. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to do these colors in order, just like a rainbow, and I'll show you how this works, okay? So the first thing you'll need to do is take a piece of paper towel. You'll only need it a few inches wide, and I'm just going to cut it straight across so it doesn't have a really long ways to go. So you can see what I did here. It's just a couple inches, and it's going to be just enough so that it's going to go from one bowl to the next. Okay? So what you'll do is you'll start with the first color. So the first color starts with an R, and that's red. So what you'll do with your marker is on one end of it, like this, you're going to color in one straight line. Doesn't have to be real thick because we're going to have to fit each one of these colors lined up on each end. So we've got red there, and we're going to come down to this end and do the same thing. Just like that. So we've got it just a couple inches. So that's our first color. Our second color starts with an O, and that's orange. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the red. Make little lines right next to each other, like that. The next color in the rainbow starts with a Y, and that's yellow. And we're just going to keep doing this until we get through all of the colors. Next one is G for green. All right. Just three more. All right. So we've got B for blue. It's nice and dark. Now we have the next color, which is indigo. And try not to leave really any spaces in between there, because we want this to be a really colorful rainbow. All right. Now we got the last one. Starts with a V, and that means violet. Okay. Now we have matching rainbows, one at one end of the paper towel and one at the other. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little bowls that I have here and fill it a little bit with water. Okay, now we're going to watch what happens. Okay, so now we're going to put the paper towel in just a little bit of water, and we're going to see what happens. Now if you can see, let's just look at one side. Can you see how the colors are starting to travel up the paper towel? That's so pretty. And you know why it's doing that is because the paper towel is made of these little fibers that carry the water. It's kind of like the same way that a plant drinks. The stems of plant have those little fibers too that take water up the top. So that's kind of what's happening here. Wow, that's really pretty. So we're making a running rainbow because the colors are running up the paper towel. I like that. Okay, so we can let that sit for a while until the colors meet up and it looks like a rainbow. I'll move these over here. And the next activity we're going to do, you may have heard it before, it's called Magic Milk, okay? So we're gonna play with some colors with this experiment too. So here's what you're gonna need. You'll need a shallow bowl. I'm just using a plate like this. You'll need some Q-tips, a little bit of dishwashing liquid, and some food coloring, and some milk. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pour the milk in the bowl. Don't have to put a whole lot in there. That looks good. Okay. Now, we're going to take the food coloring and we're going to put little drops of it in the milk. Careful not to stir it around. So I'm just going to do a drop there, anywhere you want. Get creative. So, how about 4 of the yellow? And I'm going to do green in the middle, maybe some blue. And this is going to make a pretty design. Okay. Let's see what happens. So now what we'll do is we're going to take a Q-tip and we're going to dip one end of it like this in the soap. Okay? And real carefully, we're just going to take the top, or the end that has the soap on it, and we're going to dab it right on the colors. Are you ready? Real lightly. Wow. You can do that around to the different colors and they can swirl and you can make a beautiful milk rainbow. Wow, I love that. All these designs are going to look different too. So if you make one and you take a really cool picture, share it with us so we can see it. You can even use the hashtag Kentucky Girl Scouts at home so we can follow what you've made. Wow, that's really cool. I'm having fun with this. I love it. Now the reason that happens is because the soap has a reaction with some of the fat that's in the milk. So I use skim milk, but if you use vitamin D, I think it works a whole lot better. Wow, I love it. So go try this and have fun with it. I'm so glad that you joined me today. I had lots of fun with rainbows, and you want to check out the other one that we did. That's really pretty. I love it. The rainbow's pretty and so is the water. The water's getting swirly just kind of like the milk. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today, learning a little bit about rainbows. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye.